Aloha, everybody. Like so many people around the world, Michelle and I have been absolutely heartbroken by the devastating images coming out of Maui and Lahaina over the last week. You know, as someone who grew up in Hawaii, as someone who has taken my family to enjoy the incredible beauty of that island and the hospitality of the people of Lahaina, we now find ourselves mourning the lives that are lost, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families that have lost so much. The thing about it is, though, thoughts and prayers in a moment like this are not enough. We have to step up, and we have to help those families, and we have to help Lahaina rebuild. And the good news is that the Hawaii Red Cross and Malama Maui are mobilizing to provide direct support to people who are desperately in need. I'm asking you to do everything you can to generously support the Malama Maui effort. If all of us, the Ohana, pull together and do as much as we can to give back to an island and a town and people who have given us so much, I'm absolutely confident that Lahaina and Maui and those families are going to be able to rebuild. But we've got to be a part of that. So please provide generous support to the Hawaii Red Cross and to Malama Maui.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim and you, Akwat, that believe in all sincerity. The title of this video is Obama Seeks Support for Those Impacted by Maui's Wildfires. And you can find this on Now This News channel, okay? And the reason why I'm bringing this out is because, I found this guy's body language to be very insincere. Here he is asking for support, but we know damn well these these politicians, these heathen, these devils, they don't support, okay, others, okay? They're only about the rich, okay? And a couple things jumped out to me about this speech, which I'm gonna play right here real quick.
So much. The thing about it is, though, thoughts and prayers in a moment like this are not enough. We have to...
So thoughts and prayers at a moment like this is not enough. Okay, he's asking for people to give money, right? He goes on to say right here, we have to step up and we have to help those families, okay? And in the comments of this video, you hear people say, or post, I should say, how much was he going to give? There was even a guy in the comments saying that he didn't look genuine. So it's obvious that, the rich only care about the rich while the poor, stay poor, And a wildfire in Maui sounds sus, to say the least, okay? But I want to jump to...
asking you to do everything you can to generously support the Malama Maui effort. If all of us, the Ohana, pull together and do as much as we can to give back to an island and a town and people who have given us so much, I'm absolutely confident that Lahaina and Maui and those families are going to be able to rebuild. But we've got to be a part of that. So please provide generous support to the Hawaii Red Cross and to Malama Maui right now. Mahalo.
Yeah, he's saying to provide generously, At the 1 minute mark, he said, he's confident that Maui can rebuild. But, truth be told, these politicians, okay, they got buku bucks, okay, and how much are they dishing out, right? That's what this video is going to be about. I found Obama to be very hypocritical. There's something about his speech, okay, that just screams of an act. This guy's an actor, and a good one at that. He's very good, far better than Biden. you know. But let's see. Here's another article. Okay. It says Biden seems to forget Maui as he finally publicly speaks about wildfire disaster in Hawaii. As you see here, the top of this video right here, Biden jokes deadliest U.S. fire in century. Ruined plan to keep his speech under 18 minutes. All right. So he's joking about things. Okay. President Biden finally publicly spoke about the deadly Hawaii wildfires Tuesday, although he seemed to forget the name of the devastated island of Maui and noted he prefers to keep his speeches to under 18 minutes, but would make an exception in this case. The 80-year-old president addressed the deadliest U.S. wildfires in more than a century after withering criticism for lounging on the beach Sunday and telling reporters no comment when later asked about the blaze. Okay. Biden seemed to grasp for the name of Maui during a brief detour Tuesday from prepared remarks. See, the remarks are prepared. You see, they're reading off a teleprompter, and Obama is one of the best. That dude's been taught very good. He's been groomed. Okay. Remember, politicians are selected, not elected. Okay, you'd be a fool to vote. Okay, it says Biden seemed to grasp for the name of Maui during a brief detour Tuesday from prepared remarks loaded into teleprompters for his speech in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, referring to it as the one where you see on television all the time. I apologize because I try very hard to keep my speeches between 15 to 18 minutes, and I got to talk a little bit about Hawaii, Biden said as he began a speech that was supposed to tout his own economic policies. Check this out. Biden proceeded to describe federal efforts to support disaster relief during the tragedy, including a $700 one-time grant from FEMA to victims of the wildfires, which have killed at least 99 people so far. So they're going to, possibly throw victims $700, In the immediate aftermath, the Coast Guard and Navy supported maritime searches and rescue operations, Biden said. And here's some, let's see. There's Creepy Joe. Here's another picture of the fire. Biden said he intends to travel eventually to tour the damage of Maui, but that he's not prepared to set a date. So, an apparent lack of White House focus on natural disasters has prompted major political blowback for presidents in the past, as happened in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina, when then President George W. Bush faced intense criticism for praising FEMA's response, while local frustration mounted over the response. Here it is, they praise FEMA, but where were they at in 2005? They arrived late, okay? So, they don't care, all right? They're only worried about, their pockets and what, They send money to Ukraine, but can't do nothing for Flint, Michigan, the water crisis. So I wanted to, bring this out, okay, spiritually nitpick at the wicked as we do from time to time. Okay. Let's select. Let's get this. because I wanted to address what Obama had said. Okay, that thoughts and prayers are not enough at a time like this. That we needed to come together. And donate to the Hawaiian Red Cross. This is Sirach 7:10. Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. You see? Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. You see? So you got to come boldly to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay, in time of need, when you make prayer. It says, and neglect not to give alms, okay? And basically, we'll get a definition for alms.
Alms.
It says money or food given to poor people, okay? Money or food given to poor people. Neglect not to give alms, all right? So time will tell if they truly give the 700 or they give more, all right? But in the past, it's been seen, okay, that they're very slow to respond. And Hawaii is a state of the U.S. So it says, be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer. So we know Obama's not praying because he says thoughts and prayers are not enough, okay? And neglect not to give alms, neglect not to give food and money, okay? You want to pray over things that you give, especially if it's food and money. But you see that these politicians, are unrighteous. They're not spiritual. They're not godly. And it's to be seen whether they'll give alms, whether they'll give food and money. All right, because we know that they're ultimately about themselves. You see? Let's see. This is Proverbs 3:27. And the reason I'm bringing this out because, I doubt that Obama's going to give anything, okay, or Creepy Joe, okay. It's usually these organizations, but from their pocket, I highly doubt it. If I'm not mistaken, Americans, out of their checks, they fund FEMA, if I'm not mistaken. But this is Proverbs 3:27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. You see, withhold not good from them to whom it is due. And if anybody is due help, okay, or good, it is the people of Maui, okay, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. And see, they have the power to do these things, but, they're very slow, okay, and, it always comes with the price. And we've seen that in the number 19. They gave all this money, right? But then what happened? As soon as the number 19 disappeared and faded to the back, gas went up, okay? Inflation hit, you see? So, there's always an agenda with these devils. You see? Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. And they have the power, okay, to feed the poor. They have the power to do more, but they don't. You see, they withhold, okay, good from them to whom it is due. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee. And that's what they do. They said, oh, we'll do it tomorrow. And see, they got, storehouses. They got money. They are, living off the fat of the land. Their portion is in this life. Okay, speaking about the wicked, speaking about Esau, Edom. They're definitely living it up in this life, This is Proverbs, let's see, 28 and 27. It says, he that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. Okay? He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, But he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. And that's why, ultimately the so-called white man is cursed. Okay? Not only because he's the wicked, okay, but his actions show, that he truly is, because he hideth his eyes. Okay? It says NLT, whosoever gives to the poor will lack nothing, but those who close their eyes to poverty will be cursed. And ultimately, they're going to lack when Yahweh Bashim Yashai returns. They're going to be the ones, okay, in the downtrodden state. They're going to be the poor. They're going to be the afflicted. You see, he that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. All right, and these curses that were put on the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, are starting to be put up on them. Okay, shameful spewing. Okay, the Lord is removing the candle out from among the wicked. You see, and they're receiving of the curses that we partook of. The Lord is turning the captivity right before our eyes. Why? Because they hide their eyes. They they hate to help. They love oppression. Scriptures say they're glad. Let's get that. Proverbs 17:5. Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker. And when you look at Obama, his face, he got a smug look on his face. Truth be told, he's a smug effort, right? Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished. They seem to be glad at calamities. They're careless. No, Biden didn't want to talk about it. They show their hatred. All you have to do is read between the lines. You saw Obama. He said thoughts and prayers are not enough. Then he goes on to say, hey, we need to send money, but are they going to send money? They ain't going to do a damn thing. Their children don't even go to war. They don't send their kids to war to fight their wars. They send so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans to war. But they won't send their kids, you see? That's how these devils are. Telling you to do, but will they do? No. Let's get this. We'll get a couple scriptures out of Tobit chapter 4. It says, remember, my son. Let's see. Salakia 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious. Neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. Right, when you give alms of thy substance, you see, let not thy eye be envious. Don't be upset about what you give. Give, the scriptures say, the Lord loveth a cheerful giver. Okay, it says, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. The Lord blesses those that give alms, and alms is food, it's money. See, money or food given to poor people.
Alms.
All right, similar down here: gifts, donations, charity, handouts, bounty, benefication, subsidy, offerings. Okay. Let's see. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. You see, and these devils, they got abundance. You see, but do they give accordingly? No. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. Right? So if you got a little bit, don't be ashamed. Give that little. It says, for thou layest up good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. You see, because that alms doth deliver from death, and suffereth not to come into darkness. And see, and because these devils love oppression, okay, they're about to come into darkness. You see, what does the scripture say? Let's see, what was that? Was that Job 20? This is Job 20:19. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Okay. But the point is in 19, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. These devils, they oppress and forsake the poor, you know, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. That's all they do. Okay, is take what does not belong to them. Because that alms doth deliver from death, and suffereth not to come into darkness. But they oppress and forsake the poor, and they violently take away houses that they build not. That's the legacy of the so-called white man. So they're surely going to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High, you see? And that's what they lack. You know, they lack charity because they are the wicked. They're only concerned with fattening their pockets, you know? And a wildfire in Maui, it sounds kind of suspect, man. You know, what's going on with that? This is Tobit 4:16. Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked, and according to thine abundance give alms, and let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms. You see, give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked. And there's people that are suffering from lack of food, shelter, clothing. All right. And we know this is all of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is judgment, none the least. Okay. But, you know, looking at Obama and his speech and Biden's lack of, of a response, prompted me to do this video. Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked, according to thy abundance give alms, and let not thine eye be envious when thou givest. Right. If you have abundant, give it. All right. And don't be upset after you have given it. Pour out thy bread on the burial of the just, but give nothing to the wicked. You see, give nothing to the wicked. So these devils and these heathen, they don't deserve anything. Okay. Get one more and I'll end it out. This is Proverbs 22:9. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. You see? And the righteous give, you see, of their own substance, but not the wicked. So before Obama starts, getting on here talking about alms, well, what's he going to give? All right. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim and you, Akwet, that believe in all sincerity. Shalom.